Something happened thousands of years ago that we cannot explain. Gods walked among humans, not as symbols, not as stories. Physically present, Lord Vishnu appeared in front of kings. Lord Shiva spoke to sages. Devas descended. Battles happened, blessings were given, curses were real, and then it stopped. No more appearances, no more divine voices, no more miracles you can stand in front of and touch. And here's the question that nobody wants to ask honestly. Why? Did the gods leave? Did they die? Did they never exist? Or did something happen to us? Because here is what the ancient texts actually say. And it's not what you think. The reason you cannot see gods has nothing to do with whether they exist. It has everything to do with what you have become. Stay with me. Because what I'm about to tell you will change how you see reality itself. Let's start with a simple, uncomfortable truth. You trust your eyes completely. If you don't see something, it doesn't exist. That's the invisible law you live by. And it feels logical. It feels scientific even. But your senses are not showing you reality. They are showing you a fraction of it. Right now, as you watch this, there are radio waves passing through your body. Wi-Fi signals. Infrared radiation. Magnetic fields. None of which you can see, hear, or feel, and you accept that completely. You never say, Wi-Fi doesn't exist because I can't see it. A dog hears frequencies your ears cannot reach. A snake senses heat your skin cannot detect. Some birds navigate using the Earth's magnetic field, a force completely invisible to you. So the question is not, is something there? The real question is, am I equipped to perceive it? Because you already live inside a universe that is far larger than your five senses can capture. Science confirmed this. Physics confirmed this. And yet, the moment someone says, maybe divine consciousness exists beyond the range of human perception, suddenly that feels impossible. That's not logic. That's a blind spot. Now, here is where it gets personal. Let's talk about Arjuna, because his story destroys every excuse we have. Arjuna was standing next to Lord Krishna. Physically, every single day, they ate together, they laughed together, they planned military strategy together. He could touch Krishna's shoulder. He could look into his eyes. And still, Arjuna could not see who Krishna truly was. Not because Krishna was hiding, not because Arjuna wasn't devoted enough, but because Arjuna's human perception simply could not process what was standing in front of him. Then came the moment in Kurukshetra, when Arjuna broke down, when he dropped his bow, and Krishna began speaking what we now call the Bhagavad Gita. And at the end, Arjuna asked to see Krishna's true form. Krishna said yes, but first, he gave Arjuna Divya Chakshu, a divine eye, a different mode of perception. Not better eyesight, a different kind of sight entirely. And what did Arjuna see? Something with no beginning and no end. Something containing every god, every demon, every star, every life form, all at once. Time collapsing forward. Armies dying before the battle even began. And Arjuna, a warrior who had faced death his entire life, could not handle it. He begged Krishna to stop. He was terrified. He asked for the familiar human form back. Think about what that means. Even when God was physically present in human form, a human being still needed a completely different perceptual system just to begin to see the truth. And even after receiving that ability, the experience was so overwhelming that a trained, disciplined, deeply devoted warrior could not sustain it for more than a few moments. Now look at yourself honestly. What preparation have you done? What discipline? What stillness? You expect to see what Arjuna couldn't see, without even wanting to put down your phone for an hour. Now let's ask the deeper question. Even if humans could perceive the divine, should gods be permanently visible? Think about what that would do to humanity. If Lord Vishnu walked the streets today, visibly, undeniably in a form everyone could see, what would happen? People wouldn't act from understanding. They wouldn't grow. They wouldn't choose. They would obey out of pure fear or worship out of spectacle. The entire meaning of free will, of karma, of spiritual evolution, gone. The Vedic framework understands this. Vishnu appears only when cosmic balance is broken. He takes an avatar, a descent, accomplishes the restoration, and withdraws. Because permanent divine visibility would destroy the very conditions needed for human consciousness to evolve. Shiva lives on Kailash, but not in a form you can photograph. Not because he is absent, but because his presence is not limited to a body that occupies a single location. He's not hiding, he's everywhere, but in a frequency most human minds cannot tune into. Brahma created everything and then stepped back. Because creation does not require the creator to stand next to every atom explaining itself. The creation is the evidence. Every breath you take, every child born, every tree that grows from a seed, that is Brahma's work, happening in real time, whether you acknowledge it or not. Not seeing something is not proof it isn't there. It is only proof that you are not currently perceiving it. Here is the part that should disturb you most. In ancient times, even then, not everyone saw gods. It was never random. It was never just about luck or location. The ones who experienced the divine were the ones who had done something specific. They had trained their minds to become still. Tapas, dhyana, samadhi. Practices built on one principle, that consciousness, when purified and stabilized, begins to perceive what ordinary consciousness cannot reach. Now look at the modern mind. You wake up and within 30 seconds, you are inside your phone. Your mind is never still. Not for a single uninterrupted minute. It is always reacting, always comparing, always producing noise. Even when your body is resting, your mind is running at full speed, going nowhere. If something divine and subtle were happening around you right now, you would miss it. Not because it wasn't there, because you are not there. Not fully, not quietly. Your attention is distributed across 100 different things at all times. The ancient texts don't say God is loud and obvious and difficult to ignore. They say the opposite. The divine is described as sukshma, subtle, fine, delicate. It does not perform for distracted minds. It does not compete with notifications. A signal is already in the air. The question is whether your receiver is tuned. And now comes the most important question of all. You keep asking, where is God? You keep looking outward. At temples, at scriptures, at the sky. But the Upanishads point in a different direction entirely. Tat Tvam Asi, that thou art. The consciousness you are using to search for God, that itself is the thing you are looking for. The awareness behind your eyes right now. The thing that watches your thoughts. The presence that is still there even when your mind goes completely silent. You are searching everywhere outside for something that has never left the inside. So here is your real question. Not, why can't I see God? The real question is, who is the one that's looking? If Lord Vishnu appeared in front of you right now, not in the form you've imagined, not with 4 arms and a conch shell and a dramatic entrance, but quietly, subtly, in the most unexpected form, would you recognize him? Or would you glance up, feel nothing, and go back to scrolling? Be honest, because that honesty, that moment of real self-examination, might be the closest you've come to the divine in a very long time. If this made you think differently, share it with one person who asks these questions. And if you want to go deeper into the philosophy behind this, the next video is already waiting for you.